Hello, everybody. I am so glad to be back with you all. It's your good friend Chad Marco here with another episode of How to Be a NEET. Now, today's episode is called Fuck Anime, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the R9K mixtape because that's how a lot of you guys even came to this little bullshit channel of mine. So I feel the need that I got to explain how that all came to be. So let me explain it. You know how on R9K and B there are those threads where you'll see Jay-Z and Dr. Dre at the studio and then it's like, hey, spit some bars. Well, people were spitting, like not spitting, but they were writing their bars in the thread. And instead of writing my own, I took theirs and just rapped it in my mic in Vocaroo. And they love that shit. Like they got a kick out of it. So I was like, oh, this is a fun way for me to contribute to R9K original content, haha. And then somebody posted the lyrics to the Chad Thundercock song, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna turn this into like a whole track. I made a beat for it. I recorded it to like a hour or two or whatever. But yeah, I was like, damn, and I posted that, and they liked that shit too. And I was like, man, I should make a whole mixtape themed around R9K. That would be so cool. And it's a way to, you know, bring some somewhat original content to the board, which is the whole purpose. I'm like, yeah, I got to do this, and that's basically how it all started. And ever since then, I've been making songs and writing shit. And I know I haven't added any new songs to the mixtape yet on YouTube, but I've been writing and making beats all month. So I got the songs that I want up there like planned out. I just got to record them, and then yeah, I did say the mixtape's gonna come out in March, but come on, bear with me. I'm a lazy ass neek. Just give me some time. It's gonna be dope though. I promise. And I got a lot of other projects I want to do too. Like you guys are encouraging me because it's so great to be able to take this. Like this is the one thing that I probably did right with my time as a NEET, like learning how to fuck with like vocals and shit. And I can use that to, you know, share it with other people and make you guys happy. And I love that. So thanks for the encouragement. Let's do this. Let's do this. But yeah. That's all I want to talk about as far as the R9K mixtape. Without further ado, we got to get to the topic at hand. And of course, as you can see, today's episode is called Fuck Anime. Now, why would I say fuck anime? Man, anime has taken so many hours of my life. And for what? You know what I mean? I could have been out there like practicing my social skills, getting good with girls, learning how to drive, but instead I watched every single episode of Ashita no Joe. You know what I mean? I could have been out there learning something valuable, but you know what? Even though I say fuck anime, I love it. I love anime. I cannot get enough of anime. I don't know why I love these gay ass cartoons, but they're fucking awesome. I mean, the fights, the fights, the characters, like it's so much to love about it, man. And but that's why this is an educational show. This is a show where I give you my knowledge that I've gained during my time as a NEET. And so today I'm going to share my anime knowledge with you all. So, all right. First, I'm going to just talk about how I got into anime. I think that's pretty important. I would bet like a lot of you or a lot of people out there, I got into anime because of Toonami and Adult Swim, because you know they would play the cartoons late at night, like Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Outlaw Star, Fully Cooley. Like they play a lot of like cool shit, and I was like, damn, like what is this? Like it's cartoons, but they're violent, they're sexy. Like they're like mature topics and themes that are covered in them. Like I guess to sum it up, it's basically just edgy cartoons, and I love it. It was just so awesome to me. And but over time, I I stopped watching anime after a while. I got really into like computers and gaming and shit, so kind of fell out of it. And then I watched, I think, what was it? It was Gurren Lagann and Death Note. I watched those two, and those are the two shows that really got me back into it. I was like, damn, this is anime now? Like, what the fuck? Like, I love it. I love that shit so much. And ever since I saw those two, they were so just it just blew my mind. I just had to watch like all the anime. Like my whole goal is just to find like all the kick-ass anime and watch it. And of course, hold on, I'm gonna adjust the mic real quick. It's kind of sliding on me. Just give me a second. Okay. Can I get something there? Okay, now of course, not all anime is gonna be good. You know, I've seen a lot of like bullshit, like just why did, but I almost look at it as if I'm a reviewer. Like sometimes I'll find like a bad show, but I'll just kind of just sit through it just to. Cause there's always like some type of gem, even in shit, like one moment, or maybe even a screenshot, or a reaction image, or a song. But for the most part, I'm pretty good at picking like good shows when I want to watch a good show. Like a lot of times you follow the hype and it'll lead you somewhere at least semi decent. Yeah. But that's basically how I got into anime. It was just, Toonami and then Gurren Lagann and then all kinds of shit. Like, man, whoa. I'm going to take a quick break and then we're going to get into some other anime topics. And then after that, more anime because fuck anime. See ya. Okay, guys, I'm back. And one anime topic I feel like I have to cover is anime versus manga. I've seen that some people are against, or not against, but they're like, man, manga is better than anime. And then other people are like, well, anime is better than manga. Excuse me. And I'm mostly an anime guy, but I can see the differences. I can see the pros and cons a bit. And like, just for example, like the good thing about anime is that, of course, color, animation, movement, sounds, music. You get a soundtrack. All these cool things. But the thing about manga is that you may have a situation where the anime gets censored because the manga is just so explicit, violent, or sexual, or a manga, an anime covers like only a portion of the manga because the anime maybe didn't have enough budget to go all the way, so they make some bullshit ending just to kind of tie up the loose ends, and like with Trigun, that's when I really noticed like, oh shit, like manga is where it's at, because the anime is good, but damn man, like the manga is the real shit. Like it goes on way beyond what they show you in the anime. It's crazy. But that's one of the great things about manga. That's why some people say that anime is just an advertisement for manga. But I really enjoy being able to see like of course moves in action. You know what I'm saying? Like the special techniques animated and colored and you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anime versus manga, they're both good. Shut the fuck up. Okay, you cannot talk about anime without bringing up the argument that has been going on for centuries, eons, eras, and decades, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about, man. Subs versus dubs. Where do you stand on the matter? It's so important, man. No, it's not. But seriously, if I had my personal opinion on the whole sub versus dub bullshit is this. I grew up watching anime dubbed, of course, on Toonami, and what's the other shit? Adult Swim. And a lot of us got into anime, by watching dub shit. And I always say that at the very least, as bad as people say dubs are, they were good enough to get us into anime. They were good enough to draw us into that world, even though later on you may have discovered like, oh, it's fucking cringy. But I think we do have to give it that credit at the very least. Now, when I first started getting back into watching anime, I mostly watched it dubbed because, I just didn't feel like reading the subtitles and shit, right? And but I noticed that the one thing that kind of fucked with me, that annoyed the hell out of me, wasn't the subpar voice acting that most people complain about. It was really just the limited number of voice actors that they would use. I got tired of hearing the same people in every single show that I watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear Goku and fucking Berserk. Like, that's weird, man. That's too weird for me. But yeah, that really kind of turned me away from dubs. And not only that, but also there are a lot of shows that are just never gonna get dubbed. Like, great shows, they're never gonna get a dub. So if you're someone who says, "Well, I'm not gonna watch subtitles," then you're gonna miss out on a lot of good shit because it's never gonna get dubbed for whatever reason. And then also there's the thing like during a new anime season, it's gonna take a while before any of those shows to get a dub. So if something comes out and then it's a lot of like heat on it, like if it's bandwagon time and there's no dub and you're not gonna watch the sub, you're not gonna be able to jump on like the Attack on Titan bandwagon or the ReZero bandwagon like right when it's there and happening. You gotta wait a year before the dub comes out. So that's another disadvantage if you are just strictly a dub guy. But most people tend to complain about the just the the mediocre voice acting, but that never really bothered me that much because a lot of shows just aren't that serious that they would even require like class A voice acting. You know what I mean? So I can really tolerate a dub as long as it's decent. I still give dubs a chance. Like, I'll usually, like, if I download something, I try to get it dual audio if it's available. And the first episode, I'll just listen to dubbed and sub and just, see which one I want to go with. I still give it a chance, but lately I've been mostly a sub guy because, like I said, they got like 10 voice actors. Where the fuck they're recording this shit. And yeah, I just like the, not having to read. I mean, it's a minor inconvenience, admittedly. Like, once you get into watching a show, you don't even notice that you're reading this shit. But it's so nice to just be able to concentrate entirely on the visuals and just hear the plots and the dialogue in your ear and just get it all instantly, instead of having to, read and process, that sort of thing. But yeah, subs versus dubs. I think subs are a clear winner, but dubs, I appreciate them. I think they are a luxury. I'm glad that we have them. Marco out temporarily. Oh yeah, the next thing I'm going to do for you guys. Now, like I said, this is an informative, educational show, I think. So I'm not gonna just leave you high and dry after explaining to you how awesome anime is, man. What I'm gonna do for you is I'm going to give you 10 anime recommendations. Now, these aren't necessarily my favorite shows, but they're just shows that I'm just gonna recommend them to you because they're kind of awesome. So stay tuned, and you're gonna get a couple of recommendations from your good friend Chad Marco. I shall return. Hey yo, real quick. This is some shit I wrote for the R9K mixtape. Fucking with me, I'm turning up like a mob, going 100%. I'm on the scene, let you know your time is up. My time is now like I'm Kent, running the show, winning again and again. They hate on me like I'm Trump. Stay on my toes, no I ain't wearing no heels, but I do walk with the pump. Know how I do, pulling all up in the getter. Watch how I hop out the mat, kissing the blunt. This light is giving me jitters. Let's put it out for a sec. Dick in my hand, beat it until I can't move. Somebody call me a medic, stay on the chan. Nigga be talking that shit, told him to go back to Reddit. Are we back? Oh, great. Let me just get a taste of water here. I want to introduce you guys to my assistant, my waifu, Mitsuru Kurijo. Ooh, I'm just kidding. Okay. Now, let me go through my notes. Today, what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to recommend some anime. Now, the first anime that I'm going to recommend is Gurren Lagann. Now, man, one thing I always remember about Gurren Lagann is that the first episode is like a fucking movie. Like, I swear to God, that first episode is better than like shit that you'll see in the movies, man. I swear. And the first 3 episodes, damn, it just sets it off. I mean, damn. I mean, at face value, it's just like a generic, mech shonen anime, big, giant robots fighting and shit. But, oh man, it's really fucking awesome. And of course, it has one of the coolest characters ever in anime history, Kamina. I mean, he's just such an awesome, like, motherfucker, like, super bro Aniki 9000. I mean, damn, everybody loves Kamina, and and it's the show that got me back into anime. That's why I had to recommend it, because if you're someone who's just feeling like, I watch Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo on Adult Swim, but fuck that shit, man. I mean, check out something like Gurren Lagann. It may, reawaken your interest in anime. I mean, it definitely did that to me. I mean, damn, I think that was the first anime that I like cried on. Like, I cried during Gurren Lagann like a bitch. Fuck, man. Okay. The next show I'm going to recommend is Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime about kind of a coming of age story about a kid who's like bullied. He meets this boxer. He wants to learn how to box. He learns how to box. He starts knocking niggas out. You can assume what happens next, right? But what I liked about this was that, like, I had like a time period where I just could not find good anime to watch. And when I came across this, like, I was like, damn, this is just like, if you're like an anime like veteran or something like that, and you just haven't seen anything good in a while, man, Hajime no Ippo, that's one for the books right there. And I really like how, because of course it's a boxing anime, so he has opponents and shit. But I like how his opponents are really fleshed out. Like, they give him like backstories and they hype it up. So by the time the fight gets there, like, you're really invested in both the characters. And then, of course, Sendo, he's in it. He's cool as fuck. Like, he's this cool ass Vegeta. But, like, if Vegeta was a boxer, he would be Sendo. Like, fuck, I love that guy. And there's a real cool song in the OST called Eyes. Look that up. That's a cool ass track. Damn, that's another reason why I like anime. Cool anime music. Okay, the next show that I'm going to recommend is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, this is some groovy shit. It's like a proxy battle anime, like, Pokemon, but it's like buff dudes with like armor on and shit. Like, it's really cool and dope though. But one thing that's interesting about it is that each arc is like a different member of the Joestar family. Like, the first one is about Jonathan, and then the one after him is about his grandson Joseph, and after that it's about his grandson Jotaro, I believe, and kind of so on and so forth. I've seen only the first four parts. They're all pretty decent so far. Part three was like kind of monster of the week, kind of a monster of the week feel, but in a good way because like there's some really interesting fights. Like it's not just about brute strength. Like they have really clever, well thought out fights in this shit. It's really cool. Part one is like Castlevania shit, and like part two is, I mean, just I don't know what the fuck. Part four is like Scooby Doo. I mean, Persona is like all of them. Like they're all so different from each other, and I think that's another thing that makes it so awesome. It's very colorful, very vibrant show. It's just awesome, man. I love JoJo. Definitely recommend it. And okay. You ever hear of Moe? This next show I'm going to recommend is considered Moe, I believe. It's called Mitsu Domoe. I've always been curious about Moe. I've always heard it explained as being like cute girls doing cute shit. And I was like, okay, that sounds comfy. So I watched Mitsu Domoe, and man, I love this shit. Like it's so it's different from your usual kind of anime flair of fights and giant mechs and big tits everywhere and shit. It's just little girls doing stupid shit, but it's legitimately funny. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I was like laughing at what the fuck those little bitches were doing. Moe is fucking awesome. I had no idea. That's why sometimes you just have to leave your comfort zone. And man, I was just, whoa, this shit is awesome. If you want to watch some Moe, I recommend Mitsu Domoe. But I should tell you that I'm not very, versed in Moe. Like I've only watched like a handful of them. So really, if you know a lot of shit about Moe, I would like you to recommend me some fucking Moe because I need some more of that in my life. That was awesome. Oh man, this mic is kind of high. Oh yeah, okay. The next show that I'm going to recommend is Hunter x Hunter. When you're in need, you got nothing but time. So it's great to have an anime that's long as fuck, but also good. And if you need something like that, then Hunter x Hunter is the show for you. It's standard shonen battle shit, right? You got Gon and Killia, and they got like a shonen bromance, and and these kids, man, they go fucking hard. Like, man, one of them had his like just straight up ran up on somebody and put his heart in a bag like it won't shit. I mean, these little guys, they will fuck you up. And what's even more amazing is that like the adults, they're just fucking crazy. All of them are just fucked up and strong as hell. Like you think Gon is strong, and then everybody else around him is just 10 times stronger than he is. It's just very diverse cast. You know what I'm saying? I think it's made by the same guy that did Yu Yu Hakusho. If that means anything to you. But one thing that stood out about it to me was that the arcs, like the direction that the arcs would take, would always kind of throw me off. Like it would always go in an unexpected direction, especially in the there's a arc called the Ant arc. I mean, man, you would never guess like how that shit turns out. I mean, there's so many twists and turns, and man, one of the best anime arcs of all time without a doubt. Like that is like, man, I'm really not giving this show enough credit, but damn, Hunter x Hunter is cool as fuck, man. And what should I recommend next? Let me check out my notes. Gundam. Yes. Now, Gundam, as you probably know, is like giant robots, right? It basically plays out like this. The first half of the show is like politics, dialogue, story build up, and then after that it's just boom, hi. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're gonna get. Is if you like giant robots, then Gundam is for you. What I really like about it though is like how comfy it is, you know? Like that's the show like I would get chocolate milk and just like sit in the bed and just watch it and just watch, you know, at first it's all peaceful and just talking and then boom, boom. It's so comfy to watch in the dark in your little like neat den or whatever. And I love the romantic side plots, you know, like if you ever watch Gundam, you know how there's always like a romantic little plot line on this. I love those. Like I'm a sucker for like good romance in anime, but I hate it when it's overdone. And I love how Gundam always sprinkles in like just the right amount of romance amongst like the good story and the awesome action. It's really a nice balance. But there's so many Gundam series, right? So you got to know like which one do I get into, and if you want like the core Gundam experience, I would recommend Zeta Gundam. Like that's probably like my favorite of like the older Gundams. But if you want kind of something different, then maybe G Gundam, because that's like Gundam mixed with like Dragon Ball Z, almost like a spin-off of Gundam, but it's really cool. If you want like Gundam Light, that's something that you want to watch. But also this new Gundam movie called I think Thunderbolt or something came out not too long ago. That's really fucking good. I love that movie. So I recommend that too. But there are a lot of good Gundam series out there. Probably something out there for everyone. Yeah. Okay. Let me review my notes here. What's next? Gungrave. Man, you know, I love it when really I just love a good straightforward action anime. You know? Like dual audio, like 26 episodes, bad guys, good guys, they shoot each other, some people die at the end. Like I love that. I love that straightforward good action anime. I love when I find stuff like that. And I thought that was what I was getting with Gungrave, but it's not just a simple action anime. Like it has a wonderful fucking plot. Like that is one of my favorite shows, man. Like Gungrave, you would never guess. It looks so generic, you know, but man, it has a great story, and of course the action is on point. Lots of guns, lots of bullets, lots of bloodshed, lots of violence. I mean, shit, man. Just shootouts and weirdos. And there's like I like shows that have like a good bromance, like you know, like Guts and Griffith, and this kind of has that with like the main character and his best friend Harry. That's really cool. But skip the first episode. They give you like the biggest spoiler of all time in like the first episode for no good reason. Skip the first episode. I'm saving you. You guys really owe me now. Anybody that's never seen Gungrave, like, here you go. Like, I just saved you like a lot of heartache, man. Skip that first episode. I know it sounds weird, but skip that shit. Listen to your friend Chad Marco. Man, let me tell you about a show called Prison School. Now, have you ever heard of something called Ichi anime? You know, it's like the anime with you know, it's more focused on sex and, you know, tits, panty shots, ass, you know, bumping into girls and roping the fuck out of them, like that sort of thing. I think that's Ichi anime. And I was like, you know, I really need to get my Ichi game up. So I watched some Ichi anime. And for the most part, I found them to be kind of underwhelming. Like, I'm not 13 years old. Like, seeing big anime tits just doesn't amaze me the way that it used to. I mean, it's cool, you know, it's nice eye candy, but I need some plot to go with it. I need some substance, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't getting that for a while until I ran into Prison School. Now, Prison School is a sexy ass anime, as you can imagine. Lots of tits and ass, but not only that, it was funny as fuck. Like, I could even say that it has good action because there's a lot of like physical, like hands-on action. I can say is pretty damn dope. But yeah, that's one of the better Ichi shows that I've seen. It's not just sexy, but is just funny as all hell, man. Like it really captures that feeling of just being, like a teenage virgin and being surrounded by like all these pretty girls and you're just horny and virginal. You can't get a date to save your life. Like I can relate to all those feelings. Kind of sad I can still relate to it to this day. Uh, Let me not turn this into a crying session. There's a lot of femdom masochistic type shit in this show. So if you're into that, man, you should really check it out. And there's this like cool guy named Joe, like one of the characters. Like he's so like, like for me, there's Kamina at number one, and then there's Joe number two. As far as like awesome anime characters, like he's so Joe. What's next, Mitsuru? My secretary. Shigururu. I think I'm saying it right. The English title is Death Frenzy, but I think the Japanese one is Shigururu. I can't. These fucking names, man. I'm not Japanese, so don't hold this against me. This shit has everything. I mean, action, plot, characters. Man, like I'm kind of, I'm trying to keep myself from like nerding out too much over this one, but this definitely one of my top 10 shows, like top 10 for me, man. Like it's like a samurai, feudal era, whatever the fuck samurai shit, like that sort of thing. It seems generic at face value, is but if you like violence and shit, I mean, this has it. This shit is violent. I mean, I think one guy just punched somebody's jaw straight off his fucking head. I mean, damn, this shit is macabre. Fuck. Just depressing. It's depressing, it's violent, but like I said, it's such a ride, man. Like, but when I recommend this show, I'm not recommending the anime really as much as I'm recommending the manga. The anime is good, but it doesn't cover the entire manga. We talked about this earlier, remember? This is one of those situations. The manga is really what I love. The anime is awesome, but the manga, because it's the whole complete story, one of the best reads I've ever had. I haven't read a lot of manga, admittedly, but this is definitely an opinion changer for anyone who doesn't think manga is where it's at. Like, damn, shit is really good. But it's a lot of gay shit in this. I'm not just as a warning. Like, there's futa, there's a shoda in it, straight up yao. There's a lot of gay shit in this, but it's really good. This is a good ass manga, and even a decent anime. Check it out for sure. Now, the last thing that I'm going to recommend is, I mean, come on, got to. Welcome to motherfucking NHK. Yeah, I mean, like this is the quintessential NEET anime, man. Like this is the show for us. This is the show about us. Now, but seriously, it's a good anime. I would rate it like a 9 out of 10. I think he really captured the feel of being a NEET. Even little things like seeing Naruto like jab the air in his free time. Like I do shit like that. Like you just in the house, got nothing to do. You just punching nothing. Like I was like, damn, like that's totally me. Just sitting around, self-loathing, wondering what the fuck you're gonna do with your life. Getting addicted to porn and just jacking your dick off of your body, that sort of thing. It really captures all that. But I really relate more to Yamazaki than Saoto. Saoto always seemed kind of like a normal fag to me. He always seemed like a normie. But like he seemed like a normie kind of turned NEET. You know what I mean? Whereas Yamazaki seemed to really kind of have that NEET spirit, but he was the one that was in school and had like actual options and possibilities. Like that was what was so weird. Like I feel like I'm a combination of Yamazaki and Sato. I do feel like I have like normie tendencies, but also have like those weird NEET tendencies too. But that's just something I had to mention. And also Misaka, you know, that's a part of the show that people kind of have conflict with, because if you're NEET, you know damn well like no girl is gonna come to your door and try to save you from your pathetic life. Like that's never gonna happen. We're gonna die alone, and we know that. So people feel kind of offended that he would dare put the girl, you know, just to kind of gotta have a fucking romantic side plot in it some type of way. I just throw her in there, but she really does work into the story in a nice way. It's, you know, it's not what you would think. People always say, you know, what is the lesson of NHK? Do they ever tell you how to escape Needtum? And they do. It is when you have no choice, when you are between starvation and working a job that will suck the soul out of your flesh. Which do you choose, my friends? Now, I've recommended my anime. If you guys would, I would really appreciate it if you recommend me some shows. I'm gonna have my I don't have a my anime list. I got like a bootleg notepad where I wrote what I watched, but I'm gonna have that display. And if you want to recommend something, maybe check that out so you know what I've already seen, and then be like, okay, watch this, man, and I might check it out. You know, right now I'm watching Inuyasha. It's been a long ride. I'm like 3 episodes away from the very end, man. Like, Naraku has to die. Okay, that's it for my anime recommendations. But, you know, the third segment is coming up where we, you know, just shoot the shit and say our goodbyes. So hang tight and I will return. Ciao. What's up, guys? I want to do something where, you know, I'm on 4chan way too much because I suck at life. So, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well take something from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a post on 4chan every now and then, and I'm going to just kind of narrate it, you know, if I find it to be funny or interesting. Now, this is one that I found that I thought was kind of hilarious. It says, at least you're still a virgin. Nothing is worse than having gotten totally lucky one time and experienced the best pleasure of your life, only to reach the gradual realization that you would never experience it again, because even the woman who blessed you with her sexual embrace that once wanted nothing to do with you afterwards. So you go through life obsessed with this thing that you'll never get. You know what it is now. You know how amazing it feels, and it starts to dominate your every waking thought. It puts your brain in a pencil grip and it squeezes it until it breaks. I wish I could go back in time and be a virgin. I wish I had never tasted a woman. Man, what a fucking post. You know, this is a fear that I also kind of have as a virgin. It's like, well, yeah, I could probably manage to have sex 1 or 2 times, but if I like put in like a lot of effort and work, I might be able to pull it off. You know, get some fucking dot to suck my dick or something. But man, like once I get it, like, does it become like an addiction? Because I know when I discovered masturbation, it was game time, bruh. Like, man, people say crack is addictive. Like, you do it one time and then jacking off. Tell me that when you started jacking off that you ain't ever stopped. I know damn well Most people can't even do no fap for like 30 days or even a week. I mean, come on. So I'm like, man, if you ever, like, once you start getting pussy, is that really what creates the craving? Because I don't really have that. Like, I'm pretty cool being a virgin, but man, some guys, they're just like zombified. Like, they gotta fucking have it, and they're not having it. They're miserable. I don't know. It's crazy, but just an interesting post. You know, you guys should continue to post on R9K because I might just find yours and embarrass you by posting your thoughts anonymously on my stupid show. Okay, guys, this is about that time that we part ways. But before we do that, I want to respond to some of your comments. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I'm fucking shy as hell. Like, I've gotten so many comments that I've never read because it's just I'm too shy to read them. It's like I'm like, man, I'm not used to even this little amount of attention. It's kind of got me scared, right? But I'm gonna try my best to read your comments and respond to them, so we can keep up some type of communication because we are a band of something. I don't know. But I'm going to answer some of your questions. Question 1. Keep doing this, but next time say what type you are. Oh yeah, that was the, what episode was that? NEET Pokédex, where I talked about the different kinds of NEETs. Now, I've got to mention that I am a mommy NEET. I stay with my loving mom. Oh my God, I cannot believe she puts up with my dumb ass. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of guys seem to have like a poor relationship with their parents, their family. But I think one thing that's really helped me sustain my NEET existence is that I'm very easy to get along with. Like me and my mom, we have such a good relationship. We get along like 90% of the time. So it's not that bad, you know. I guess I'm lucky enough that I'm such an awesome person that people don't really feel the need to pressure me to become a productive member of society. I just kind of sit around and hate myself. But yeah, I'm a mommy NEET. I love my mom. Give me some tendies, mom. Question number 2. Change your fire alarm battery. Dude, do you know how much trouble I've had with my fucking fire alarm? Like, recording. I record a song, like, fuck that damn fire alarm. We got like 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers, man. Like, we don't want a fucking house fire. So it's like, man, it's a problem. But thank you for your advice. I've since remedied that. I think there might be one still beeping. I'll get on that though. Man, I hate that shit. All right, next question. OP, what other rappers are you into? Do some Danny next. I like Eazy-E, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's what really got me into rap. But other than that, I mostly just listen to a lot of everything, you know. Like, I listen to some Migos, some Drake, some Gucci Mane, some Wiz Khalifa, even some Soulja Boy. Like, I don't give a fuck. If it's like a good track, I'll listen to it. But I tend not to dig really deeply into a lot of discographies nowadays. I've been listening to a lot of like anime, video game music because it's just a great place to find like samples and shit. Really cool samples for my music. And by Danny, I think you mean Danny Brown. I'm gonna look him up. I'm trying to find like a beat of his, and then maybe I can just do like a freestyle to it. That'll be cool. So yeah, guys. I hate that it took so long to get back to you guys. You know, I'm just a lazy motherfucker. I'm like that, but I'm always around, man. I'm not out the game yet. I haven't sucked up the helium quite yet. I'm here for the long stay. So yeah, I think next episode we're going to talk about let's talk about marijuana, or just drugs in general, like NEETs and drugs. I want to know what you guys do to get fucked up, and I'm going to tell you what I do to get fucked up as a broke, degenerate NEET. I'll see you guys whenever.